And that video now back being relayed from cameras on an all-terrain vehicle at the landing site. A great view of the Soyuz TMA-09M spacecraft descending under what appears to be a cloudless sky on a Monday morning shortly after sunrise at the landing site. The chute fully deployed. Yurchikin having reported just a moment or two ago that the crew is in excellent shape, eagerly awaiting touchdown. That is 8.5 minutes from now.
Unintelligible.
The all-terrain vehicles at the landing site arrived on scene several hours ago in advance of the Russian Mi-8 helicopters. Again, 12 Russian helicopters with NASA, European Space Agency, and Russian recovery personnel are arriving on scene in a sequential fashion, flying in a racetrack pattern around the landing zone. Once the Soyuz touches down, they will then begin to land one by one. The most critical personnel landing first to begin the extraction of the crew from the spacecraft and to erect an inflatable medical tent nearby, which the crew will be brought into to have the initial medical tests performed on them, as well as to be assisted in the removal of their Sokol launch and entry suits. A journey that started 166 days ago, a journey that has lasted 70.3 million miles for Fyodor Yurchikin, Luca Parmitano, and Karen Nyberg, nearing an end, touchdown just 6 minutes away.
Thank you for the information. The crew feels great. Copy all. Thank you. Further 831, inaudible 1 and 2.
And you heard the beacon sound, basically a beacon locator that provides an audio transmitter signal for the search and recovery forces as they hone in on the precise landing point to which the Soyuz is descending toward. The helicopters that have arrived at the landing site already report a visual on the Soyuz spacecraft. We have been receiving video for almost 5 minutes now. It's a 14-minute ride from the point of chute deploy toward touchdown, which is now just about 4 minutes away. And there you can see one of the Russian Mi-8 helicopters circling around the Soyuz vehicle. as it continues to descend towards a touchdown. If we're lucky, we'll see the firing of the soft landing engines, the final braking rockets about 2 seconds before touchdown. That will kick up a cloud of dust, but will help soften the reentry. The crew is lying on inflatable seat cushions, basically, that will soften the impact on their backs at the point of touchdown.
Copy, preparing for landing. Inaudible.
Just 2.5 minutes until touchdown. And meanwhile, the International Space Station is flying 262 miles overhead, flying over the Japanese islands. One of the crew members on board, Koichi Wakata, from the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency.
Copy 1000.
A crew that just a few hours ago numbered 9, now down to 6, with 3 of their crewmates about to land on the steppe of Kazakhstan. Soyuz now 1 kilometer above the ground.
Preparing for landing.
Everything is all set for touchdown coming up shortly. Russian search and recovery helicopters right around the spacecraft, right where they should be, one after the other.
Inaudible.
Flight controllers standing by for touchdown. You see the ground beneath the Soyuz. Soft landing engines should fire momentarily. And we have touchdown. Touchdown at 8:49 p.m. Central Time, 8:49 a.m. Kazakhstan time, 90 miles to the southeast of Zhezkazgan, Kazakhstan. Fyodor Yurchikhin, Karen Nyberg, and Luca Parmitano are home after 166 days in space. The Olympic torch is home after a 4-day journey.
Of the mission.
Хорошего отдыха, хорошего дня.
Great landing and wish you
И вам хорошего отдыха. Спасибо за работу.
same to you. Thank you for your work. Talk to you later.
The all-terrain vehicles in the vicinity of the landing zone now will begin to make their way towards the spacecraft. Once again, it was a flawless descent for the Soyuz vehicle and its 3 crew members. No issues associated with any of the major milestones of the undocking, the deorbit burn, the module separation, and the chute deployment that resulted in a touchdown at 8:49 p.m. Central Time. The initial reports indicate a bullseye touchdown for the Soyuz TMA-09M spacecraft and its crew. And now we are back with live video from the landing site to the southeast of Zhezkazgan in the remote field on the south central steppe of Kazakhstan. As you can see, search and recovery team members are currently peering inside the top hatch of the Soyuz vehicle, beginning the process of extracting the crew members. They're not yet out. We are just a few minutes past the landing of the Soyuz vehicle on a very cold morning. It's about 25 degrees Fahrenheit at the landing site, but as you can see, under a cloudless sky.
Extracting the first cosmonaut. Extracting number 1.
And the first of the 3 crew members now being extracted from the Soyuz vehicle. Extremely fast, just 11 minutes since touchdown.
So this is the commander.
And you're looking at Soyuz commander Fyodor Yurchikhin being brought to his chair near the spacecraft. Yurchikhin having landed to log 537 days in space on his 4 flights. He conducted 3 spacewalks during Expedition 36 and 37, the last one being back in August. In the sub-freezing weather at the landing site, Yurchikhin wrapped up in a rather thick blanket. This is par for the course for a Soyuz recovery operation. And as usual, Russian medical personnel are on scene to conduct initial medical tests, as will NASA and European Space Agency flight surgeons. Yurchikhin's 537 days in space places him 12th on the all-time endurance list. It is a spectacular morning on the steppe of Kazakhstan, visibility-wise. We saw the Soyuz descend under its chute for almost the entire period of 14 minutes following the deployment of the chutes. All of the Soyuz functionality occurred on time, a flawless descent for Yurchikhin, Nyberg, and Parmitano.
Ready? Let's start extracting. No rush. So this is the torch. No rush. Move back. This will be more comfortable for everybody. Don't hurry. We still have time. Would you mind raising the torch? Show it to everybody.